live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right.
Who likes good news? Everyone? Then good news, everyone!
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Friday. It's Good Friday. It's Good News Day, and I'm so excited to be here to report some much needed good news because I know we could all really use it. I know I could. I don't know about you, but the world just constantly seems like it's a crazy place, crazy town, and we're all in it for the ride. But there's always positive things happening, and I want to make this show to remind you that there's always good things happening. And we want to focus on that at least one day a week, just one day a week. Practice empathy, kindness, and all that good stuff. Just focus on the positive. That's what we do on this show. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on Twitter. I know there was a little bit of a debate last night, but I want to remind everyone that this is a politically free zone. So no matter who you are, every walk of life is welcome here. We're not going to talk about politics. We're not talking about the debate. We're not talking about negative things that could make people uncomfortable in any way. So we want to focus on the positive, and that's what we do on this show. My Wednesday show, however, that's a different story. But on this show, this is going to be politics free. So this is that's what we do here. I know, right? Cocteau's like, politics. What's that? I know we don't talk about that here. I kind of like. I love Anna, that Star Wars girl mentality about sometimes about politics. It's like, just leave it out the door. It's like you don't always need it in your life, especially now. So we're gonna talk about good things. Speaking of good things, Braz Monkey is here. Braz Monkey, hello, Brazzy. Oh wait, what about that? Yeah, there we go. Hi, Brazzy. Hi, thank you so much for the Rumble rant. You were sending me a Leo toast. Le toast to you, my friend. Le toast to you says happy Friday for the Japan Fund for $10. So thank you so much. I'm back to drinking iced coffee because it's warm again here. So again, thank you very much. And speaking of Rumble, we are live on Rumble as well as YouTube and Twitter. So make sure you smash the like, share the stream, all that good stuff. Even if you're on Twitter, give it that retweet. You never know. You never know who could use some good news. I think there's a lot of people on Twitter that could use some good news right now. So give it that retweet and all that good stuff. And everybody, hello! It's good to see everybody in the chat. All the regulars are here, like Psychotic Mongoose. We got Shane G in the chat. We got Darren, of course, one of the best mods ever, who is also reminding everybody to wish all the Canadians in the chat a pre-happy Canada Day, because that is coming up. That is coming up, I believe, on the 1st. So that's Monday. Because I know you guys, the Americans in the chat, you guys celebrate July 4th. That's going to be on Thursday. So I won't see you until the next day after. So happy 4th of July for you guys as well. I'll talk to you on the day after about all the 4th of July stuff. Maybe we'll have like lots of 4th of July news and things like that. Like hopefully like good news for next week. Some cool fireworks, things like that. Don't make me bust out. Don't make me bust out. Oh, Canada, because I will. Also, there is definitely a really fun Oh Canada rendition on my channel with Mr. Ryan Kinnell as an honorary Canadian, because I had no idea that A, Ryan could sing that well, and B, how he knew all the words to the O Canada national anthem. But I think it's because he watches so much sports and they're always singing it there. So that's why he knows it. But he knew it and we sang it together. Maybe I'll retweet that for Canada Day. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun little remember when Ryan sang "Oh Canada"? That was a good time. Psychotic Mongoose, member for 11 months. Thank you. Says, hail Nina and all the good humans. Yes, hello to all the good humans indeed. Thank you, Psychotic Mongoose. And Spike and Mammoth just gifted 5 memberships to the chat. So thank you so much, Spike. You are awesome. Awesome possum. Here we go. Oh, well, look how sweet is this comment? Is this good news? Thank God for you, Mrs. Infinity. I'm shutting everything else down for this. Hi, Darren. Hello, and thank you for that. That's a very sweet comment to say. And Thoughts of Fitness with Nigel is here. Member for 25 months, man. That is a long time. Thank you so much for the support. It says, hail to you all. Good to see you, Nina, live. Hello, thank you. Yes, it's good to see you. It's been a minute since I've seen you. So welcome back to the show. Squibs? What's squibs? I don't know what squibs means. Feeling like really ESL right now. I'm like, what's squibs? Is that like a new term? Is that like a Zoomer term? I have no idea what squibs is. Is this one of those things where I'm like way too old to understand what that means? Ugh. I feel like grandpa right now. Grandpa Simpson. I'm like, ugh. I don't know what that means. Is that like saying lit instead of cool? We used to say cool. Now everything's lit. Oh, just look above the comment. Squibs. Let me go back. My pleasure, Squibs. Oh my God, it's Squibs, the name. I thought that was like some sort of, I thought you were talking to me. Hi, Squibs. I thought your name was some sort of Zoomer, like something like Han or something. How embarrassing. God, that's embarrassing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Squibs. Okay. Let's start the show. Oh, Charlene. We love Charlene over here. Love Charlene. Thanks, man. Thanks for the heads up. I hope she's doing all right. Okay. Let's do this. Let's start the show. We've got stuff to talk. Okay, Squibs is saying it's okay. Okay, thank God. By the way, I really like your icon. It's really cute. I love Spider-Man. What? Power Cat Greg says it's also a term for people who are form a wizard family but can use magic or a blood packet used in movies. What are you talking about? What? Huh? All right. Oh, okay. We're starting the show now because I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Let's start off with some American history. This is really, really cool, guys. And I mean, it's almost July 4th, so this is kind of got to fit in with the American pride side of things. This is really cool. That's this bit of news here. Perfectly preserved 250-year-old cherries found in George Washington's cellar at Mount Vernon. This is really cool news. I love archaeology. You guys know that. Look at the bottles. We're going to watch the video so I don't have to read this article. That makes you guys even more happy. Here we go. You don't have to hear me read about this. Okay, here we go.
Plantations like Mount Vernon are where all of these different styles of cooking and different plants and animals came together. European, native, and African antecedents. And all of that stuff is woven into a new cuisine, an American cuisine. And this is part of that. So there is a lot of information that we're excited to get from these bottles, and they can tell us a lot about what life was like here. The total bottle count was 35 bottles. That's recovered from 6 different storage pits. Of that 35, 6 were broken. So 29 of the bottles contained intact fruit contents. Of that, 12 bottles had cherries, 16 bottles had berries, probably gooseberries or currants, but we haven't confirmed that. And the last bottle had mixed cherries and berries. Presumably, they ended up on the Washington's table and were eaten either as just fruit out of the bottle, or they were baked into other confections. Or we do know that the Washingtons were very fond of ice cream. These could have also ended up in ice cream. Who knows? This pit in particular, we have a theory. We think this is probably the summer of 1775, which is the last harvest just before Washington rode off to Philadelphia and became commander-in-chief just before the Revolution. So food remains have been found in other parts of the world, and even ancient food remains. But finding what is essentially fresh fruit 250 years later is pretty spectacular. All the stars sort of have to align in the right manner for that to happen. And the historical and cultural context of this, the reason why they're there, they were put in these storage pits in the cellar, and then they were paved over with a brick floor shortly after. And so they sat until 2024.
How crazy is that? What a wild story. To find something like that is actually kind of cool. Like really cool. Really, really cool. I love those kind of stories. You just find a bit of history just when you're not even looking. It's really cool. I love stuff like that. I love stories like that. And then I just saw a Rumble rant pop up from Mr. Phil TMNT, and Phil says, for $1, thank you, says, "Hey Nina, hope you're having a great day. Looking like $1 million, dear friend." Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for that compliment. I welcome any and all compliments. Thank you. We also have a little bit of Mexican history news, which I thought was really cool. And it's also kind of like thrift store finds, which I always find really cool as well. You guys know, if you have watched this show enough, I love stories about like magnet finds, or, what's it called? Those, oh my God, why am I spacing out on this word? The stuff they take to the beach, not magnet finds, but they use magnets as well. What is that thing? The beeping thing that you walk around with? Why am I spacing out on this word? Oh my God, chat, help me. Oh my God. Beep, 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 beep. I'm metal detector. Thank you. Metal detector. Thunder buckets. Thank you. Brass monkey. Thank you. Detectorist stories. Metal detectors. I like those stories, and I like these stories. Thrift store finds. They're really cool. Like this. This is a cool story. She bought a vase at a thrift store for $4. Turns out it's an ancient Mayan ceremonial urn. How cool! This is it for $4. And this one also has a video. So yay! There she is, lovely woman. Here we go. Watch the story.
Here's another story that is all new at 11. It is a homecoming 2,000 years in the making. A journey that started on the clearance rack at a local thrift store.
Yeah, so a DC woman thought she scored a reproduced Mayan vase for, a bargain. Well, it turns out her thrift store replica is the real deal. And now it's heading back to the descendants of this ancient civilization.
How did it get there? Delia Gonzalez has this remarkable story. You'll only see it here on WUSA 9.
That's cool.
Annalie Dozier loves a good find.
Let's touch right back in here.
About 5 years ago, she discovered an interesting vase on the clearance rack of the 2A thrift store in Clinton.
It was neat looking, and so I thought I'd take it home.
Fast forward to this January. During a work trip to Mexico, Dozier visited the Museum of Anthropology, and much to her surprise, some of the artifacts in the museum looked a lot like her thrift store vase.
And just asked, what would be the process if I had something that I thought might be old? And I wanted to repatriate it. How would I go about that? I think she hears that a lot and was a little skeptical, but she was like, well, you'd go back to your country to contact the embassy.
And she did, and found out it wasn't just an authentic Mexican artifact. This ceremonial
Mayan people
urn
on it.
belonged to the indigenous Maya people and dates back between 200 and 800 AD, making her
Real quick, I just want to say that this kind of stuff is basically like found on the streets. Like, I told this story before. Literally, like, people sit on like pyramid rocks as bus stations. Just, you know, it's just a bit of history everywhere, all over the Yucatan Peninsula is all this kind of stuff. It's great.
her $3.99 purchase, a priceless treasure that is nearly 2,000 years old.
I would like it to go back to its rightful place and to where it belongs. I'd also like it out of my house because I have 3 little boys, and now I'm petrified. Well, it's gone now, but I was petrified that at any moment I could be the one after 2,000 years to finally wreck it. Hey, stand up.
And those Dozier boys, well, they got to meet Mexican Ambassador Esteban Moctezuma Barragan.
That's cool.
When Mom returned the vase in an official ceremony at the Cultural Institute of Mexico.
De una parte de la cultura y la historia de México a su pueblo.
Wow, she
Gracias.
speaks
It now
Spanish
joins
really
other
well. I wish I
artifacts
could
dropped
speak
off
it well.
anonymously, all heading back to the homeland.
Human rights extend to culture and history.
And Dozier, who works as a human rights advocate with indigenous communities in Mexico, is honored to have played a part in this
That's
precious
so cool that
lost
she
and
would
found.
find
When
that.
you have strong roots and you know them and you honor them, she recognized that a whole country, a whole culture cares about it. Así que muchísimas gracias.
A ustedes. Gracias.
Oh, that's great.
The folks here at the Cultural
I love
Institute
that.
tell me they send back shipments to Mexico nearly every month, 90% of them deemed authentic. These artifacts will now get carefully packed away and shipped to the Museum of Anthropology, where they will undergo their final analysis. In Columbia Heights, Delia Gonsalves, W.
That's awesome. That was cool. Shane says, I probably would have just put some flowers in it. Probably me too. Not gonna lie, probably. I would have just been like, oh, that's a nice vase, I guess. Really cool. A really cool story. I like that. I like that story. That was cool. That was a cool story. Okay, next we have a whole bunch of good human stories. Humans rescuing humans from the worst case scenario, from the brink of death, from drowning, from all sorts of stuff. We are going to talk about all these heroes. Heroes that don't necessarily wear capes, but they're heroes nonetheless. Like in this story here, hero emerges in Chengdu. Brave duo rescue unconscious driver from sinking car. This video is next level, guys. I mean, this was wild to watch. You know what? Maybe we'll go to... Oh, no. Okay, we're good. This is wild to watch. Okay, here we go. Wait, let me read you this first, because this is all going to be in Asian and Chinese. So let me read you this. 2 men are being hailed as heroes after rescuing an unconscious driver from a sinking car driving down the river in Chengdu City, Sichuan province. Ooh, I love Sichuan chicken. The dramatic incident, captured on video by local residents on both banks, has been trending on social media in China. The incident unfolded when a car with an unconscious driver inside plunged into a river as a vehicle began to drift and sink. 53-year-old retired soldier Zhao Deng sprang into action without the moment's hesitation. Zhao leaped into the water, swimming towards the sinking car. He managed to climb up on top of the vehicle and immediately began efforts to break the window, determined to save the driver trapped inside. We're going to watch this now. Here we go.
有人，有人，哎呀，这个，
哎呀，有人跳下去救了，有人跳下去救了。
He's asking people for a rock. He's like trying to wake this guy up. He was a swimming enthusiast.
没还出来了吧？
Oh my God, what a horror show. They broke the window, and then the onlookers helped them all, dragged them back. That is wild, man. That was wild, wild stuff. Really, really glad to see that everyone is okay there. And also, let me go back to the article. Oopsies. Here we go. Zhao's courageous action did not go unnoticed. Another onlooker, Wang Yihu, quickly joined him. Wang also climbed onto the vehicle, working alongside Zhao to free the unconscious driver. Their combined efforts paid off when they successfully broke a window and pulled the driver to safety. The dramatic rescue was met with cheers and applause from those who gathered on the riverbanks. And and then everybody is fine. The rescuer is reportedly recovering well thanks to swift actions by Zhao and Wang. Amazing. I mean, that is, woo. That's some next level stuff, guys. That was scary. That was terrifying. Galadorn, what's up, man? It's been a minute. I was thinking about playing Helldivers 2 again. But I haven't quite installed it. Yes, acts of human kindness. Good humans. Saved by Wang. Awesome. Guys, we love Wang. Nice, Wang. Good job, Wang. We love Wang. Woo! Yes. What's up, Grumpy? How you doing? Guys, be nice to Wang. He's a good human. Speaking of good humans, we have more good human stories talking about rescuing people. My goodness, this was also a crazy story. Here we go. Hiker rescued after 10 days lost in the Santa Cruz Mountains. That is, that poor guy. This guy looks like something from Castaway. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but I mean, you can laugh. You can laugh at this because everything is fine. Like, he's okay, but he just looks like Tom Hanks from Castaway. He looks like he's been through something. Like, he's seen some ish. Wow. Okay, here we go. We're gonna watch this story. It's hilarious.
Amazing story, new at 11. A Santa Cruz County man is back home tonight after spending 10 days in the mountains. He went for a hike, but says he got lost. Rescuers finally found him late yesterday.
Poor guy.
These pictures capture the moment he was found and reunited with his incredibly relieved loved ones. The joy and the relief obviously visible on everyone's faces. He was last seen in Boulder Creek and was found in Big Basin Redwoods State Park. ABC 7 News South Bay reporter Lauren Martinez spoke with him tonight about what happened and how he survived.
A missing hiker found alive, and the heartfelt reunion was all captured in these photos. 34-year-old Lucas McClish spent 10 days in the Santa Cruz Mountains. On Tuesday, June 11th, McClish headed out for a 3-hour hike from his hometown of Boulder Creek. He said he got lost and didn't recognize certain landmarks wiped out by fires. When he didn't show up for Father's Day dinner, he was declared missing on Sunday, June 16th.
We can laugh
4
now
days later, McClish was rescued.
He's rescued. He's fine.
I'm a little tired. I lost my voice.
There he
We
is.
spoke with McClish on Friday about what he had on him at the time.
I left with.
Oh my God! Look, he looks completely different. He looks completely different. Oh, what? I hate when YouTube does that. Like, I don't want to see this. Okay, there we go. He looks completely different. Like, this poor guy. He went and shaved everything off. Okay, sorry. We're going back.
Later, McClish was rescued.
I'm sore. I'm a little tired. I lost my voice.
We spoke with McClish on Friday about what he had on him at the time.
I left with just a pair of my pants and my pair of hiking shoes and and that hat. I had a flashlight and a pair of folding scissors, like a
Ooh.
Leatherman tool. And
Flashlight and folding scissors helps.
And how he survived.
I would just make sure that I drank at least a gallon of water every day.
That's smart.
But then after like getting close to the end of it, my body needed food and some type of sustenance.
The Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office said they deployed drones, the Cal Fire San Mateo, Santa Cruz Unit, the Boulder Creek Fire Department, and California State Parks assisted in the search. The Sheriff's Office said on Thursday, around 3 in the afternoon, witnesses reported hearing someone yelling for help. McClish was found in a remote canyon in Big Basin State Park. He was moved to see all the boots and paws on the ground looking for him.
It was just really humbling and I don't know.
I
bet. It was
bet.
an awesome experience.
Both him and his family are feeling grateful for all the help they've received.
Relieved.
So thankful and blessed.
And they won't be hitting the trails anytime soon.
I did enough hiking for probably the whole rest of the year.
Rest of the year?
We've all hiked a lot.
In the South
I
Bay,
don't think
Lauren
I'd
Martinez,
ever go
ABC
hiking
7
again.
News.
I would be like, I'm out on the hiking, like for the rest of my life. If I got lost like that, like, no. I'm never hiking again. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. People were calling him Wilson. Guys, Wilson was the volleyball. Tom Hanks wasn't Wilson. He was the volleyball, right? I think Wilson is the volleyball. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Tom Hanks's character wasn't Wilson. Yeah, his name was Chuck Noland. Wilson was the volleyball. I love how everyone remembers the volleyball name, but then they don't remember his name. We all remember Wilson. There is a Wilson in the chat too. He comes here sometimes. His name is Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks. I'm a fan of that guy. He makes me laugh. That dude was it was a funny story, but also terrifying. Like it's like getting lost. That's a terrifying ordeal. It's just I'm just so glad that everything turned out well. That's a good story. Speaking of more rescue stories, we just saw that last story was talking about how some canines were on the ground trying to rescue and find this man. Well, a bunch of fishermen rescued 38 dogs from drowning in Mississippi, Grand Lake. This is a crazy story. We're going to watch this as well. Here is the picture of these dudes rescuing these dogs. This is wild. This is a wild story. Here we go. Let me go to the other clip. So I don't have to read it. This is all I don't want to read. Don't judge me. Okay, here we go.
Only 40 dogs were close to drowning on a Mississippi lake, but some fishermen made quite the catch. So the hound dogs had plunged into the lake while chasing a deer during a fox hunt, but became disoriented and unable to return to shore. The men say the dogs had probably been in the water for close to 15 to 20 minutes before they came across them, but they quickly started hauling them aboard their boat. They had to make 3 trips to the shore because there were too many dogs to fit on their small fisherman boat. By the time the last group was rescued, they'd been in the water for about an hour. But they say all 38 dogs made it back to shore safely.
Thank God for those guys being there at the right time, because that would have been really tragic if these dogs died. But they didn't. They all survived because of these good humans being in the right place at the right time, which is awesome. And we got someone named Tank Fret Art saying ahoy to everybody from Rumble. Hello and ahoy to you, my friend. Welcome to the show. This is where we talk about good stuff, good news. Yes, good humans. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? That was such a good song. I remember that song came out when I was very young. I remember that song was overplayed, like extremely overplayed, but it was great. It was good. Good times. Good times. I think I've heard that song a million times because I used to work in retail back then. Don't call me a dork. Okay, you're right. I am a dork. This is true. Uncle Martin. My goodness. That is sassy, Uncle Martin. If it slaps, it slaps. Okay, I don't usually highlight mean comments, but Uncle Martin's was kind of funny. I don't want to encourage this behavior, Uncle Martin. But he says that song is about ugly girls in the club. That is mean, Uncle Martin. That is mean. Let's shame Uncle Martin for a second for that very possible and probable comment.
How dare you?
Damn, Uncle Martin. People are saying it. No, it wasn't, guys. It was about a bunch of dogs. It was about a bunch of dogs being let loose. What are you guys talking about? You're rewriting history. I love this chat. It was about a bunch of dogs. People are telling me to look it up. I'm not looking that up. All right, let's move on to the next story. My God, it's like you learn new things every day. You learn new things every day, I tell you. It's always a learning experience on this show. I always feel like I'm finding something out that I never knew before. And today was about who let the dogs out. Who? Good Lord. All right. Moving on to the next story. And this is the highlighted story of the week because it's sweet and awesome. And it's about rescuing a raccoon. Here is that story. Quick thinking friends save choking raccoon by a campfire. These dudes are heroes. Let's watch the story.
Well, they've decided to call him Rocket, a raccoon in Genesee County who got a little too aggressive with his dumpster diving and nearly choked to death on a piece of cheese.
Yeah, Mara McDonald is live downtown tonight. And Mara, Rocket had a pretty close call here.
Rocket had an incredibly close call here, but you had three friends who saw the little guy in distress and performed what I guess we're going to call raccoon Heimlich. And yes, there's video. Take a look.
Looked like he had a little piece of cheese with him, and he was eating it, started choking, and it did this weird little thing. It reared up on its hind legs and was given seemingly, it looked like the universal sign for choking. It was kind of really strange.
Tyler and his buddies, Bill and John, knew the raccoon was in distress, but how do you deal with a wild animal that usually would take your eye out?
I'm like, man, it looks like it's choking. So I went back behind it, and I started, doing what I was taught to try to save someone from choking.
Dislodge it,
a little bit lower, Bill.
Rocket didn't attack. He welcomed the help to get the too large cheese out of his throat. And sure enough,
there it is.
Oh my God. Look at him trying to walk.
The cheese.
Dude, like him trying to walk it off is the funniest thing because you could tell this thing was about to black out. And then he's trying to walk it off and he's like, like limpy. It's only funny because he's funny.
Let's go. You're going to get a
The cheese came out and he's
I love the dudes. They're like, yeah, let's go. Because they just rescued this raccoon. It's amazing.
sashayed off, content to dumpster dive another day.
I was in total disbelief. I couldn't stop laughing because I literally
That's
could
funny.
not believe what was going on.
Because it's funny.
Bill's literally smacking a wild raccoon and it's letting him do it.
The raccoon rescue between friends has now become an online sensation.
It all worked out.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed. I did not expect any of this viralness to happen.
I just happened to pull the phone out and start recording. So, I mean, I'm just glad I did. So no one would have believed that, you know.
Aww.
Back here live. So exactly how many views have there been of Rocket the raccoon's miraculous rescue in Genesee County? 17 million. I think that counts as viral.
Yeah.
We're live
Yeah.
downtown tonight. I'm Mara
Very
McDonald.
cool. Very cool story. Good for those amazing men that rescued the raccoon. Rocket the raccoon is safe to dumpster dive another day. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you, Spike and Madness, for a member for 32 months. That's amazing. It says Uncle Martin with the mountain bike is the MVP of the chat. Well, thank you for that, Spike. I agree with you. But the show's not over yet, so maybe another MVP will arise. We don't know. We don't know yet. That was great, though. What a cool story. I love that story. That was amazing. Those dudes were all Chads. Rescued a raccoon. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. No, I'm not going to talk about the raccoon story, guys. My raccoon story is not appropriate for this show. My raccoon story is a PG-13 kind of story. So that's going to be for another time. Squibs. This is supposed to be a positive show, bro. You gotta look at the cup half full. Okay? You could look at the cup half full. You can't think like this. No. No. You got to think like the raccoon was thankful and brought him back trash every night and left it at his doorstep. You know, that's probably more likely what's going to happen, because he's probably just going to like come there and be like, look, bro, thanks for saving my life. Here's all this regurgitated food that I dumpster dived for. I mean, it's probably going to be like that. You guys know that. That's how animals do it. They thank you by welcoming you into their fold like cats. They'll leave you dead birds around and dead rats and stuff. So that's probably what's going to happen. He's going to be thankful. He's going to be thankful. Now I have to hear this raccoon story next Mead, maybe? Okay, well, maybe next Toxic Femme, if you remind me, like you'll have to remind me with a super chat or something, I'll tell you guys the story. Or next Wednesday, whenever I'm doing my other show. Oh, he's a little raccoon. He's so cute. Maybe it was the same raccoon that went into Anna's shed. Remember when Anna had that raccoon incident? That was funny. What's up, Charlene? 2-in-1 Studios is here. Hi. Thank you for the $5. Says hail and happy Friday to the fantastic Persian princess. Aw, thank you. Appreciate you. I had to clear my throat. Excuse me. Very cool show. Very cool. Okay. Next story. And this is about a little dude. A little dude who's a hero. An absolute hero. This little dude stepped up and saved a life. And he's just a little dude. 12-year-old boy becomes a hero during school field trip. There he is with his parents, who are obviously very good humans. Look at this mom's face. This mom, she's wearing sunglasses so you can't see, but let me try and zoom in. Look at the pride that she has for her son. This is called pride. Like, look at these parents just looking at their son with the amount of pride that they have for their son. This is a really cool image, isn't it? This is a really beautiful image. Just showing parents' love and pride, and thinking about all the times that they taught him to do well, to be a good person, and then seeing it come to fruition in this moment is wonderful. What a wonderful story. Here we go. We're gonna watch it right here. Here we go.
A potential school trip tragedy on the sweltering day avoided thanks in part to a Burrillville middle schooler's quick thinking.
The young boy rushed to help a friend struggling in the water at Spring Lake Beach until lifeguards arrived to save him. As Kayla Fish reports, jumping in to help others runs in the family.
Alex Dupuy's parents are firefighter EMTs in Pasco. And
Amazing.
when Alex saw someone who needed help, he tells 12 News he didn't think twice.
Good job, buddy.
Mom and Dad are very proud of you.
Burrillville middle schooler Alex Dupuy is getting a lot of praise lately.
I don't really think of myself as a hero because I know a lot of first responders save people every day, and I just think that anyone could have done what I did.
The 12-year-old was on a school field trip last week at Spring Lake when he says a friend pointed out a fellow student who looked like he needed help in the water.
I jumped in, got to him. He grabbed onto me. I went underwater, but I was able to get up and tread water.
Alex says he stayed with his classmate until lifeguards came to bring him back to the beach and make sure he was okay.
I think it's amazing what he did. And I think a lot of young boys and girls can learn a lot from him.
Alex's
Yes,
parents,
they
who are
can.
both first responders, say he didn't talk much about what happened. They say they learned of his actions from a school email, something his dad says nearly brought him to tears.
That's
We try to set a
amazing.
good example as far as when you see people in distress.
Can you imagine, like, you don't even know, like, he didn't even tell his parents when he went home. He just didn't even tell them, like, how's your day at school today? Or how was your field trip? Oh, yeah, it was fine. Nothing eventful happened. Oh, I just saved a life. I mean, this kid is so humble. He didn't even tell his parents. They had to find out through school email. That is incredible.
As far as when you see people in distress, anytime that you need help, they need help, you help them, no matter what the situation is, and you do your best. But the fact that he did it on his own, it speaks volume of the type of person he is
Yep.
and who he's going to be as a young man and into his adulthood.
And the praise doesn't stop with Alex. 12 News received a copy of an email sent by a teacher at the middle school commending the lifeguards for their actions in helping the struggling student make his way safely back to shore.
Teamwork.
In studio, I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
Amazing. And you know what? Good on those parents. Obviously, those parents are good humans and they've created a good human. This is amazing. I love seeing stories like that. Good for them. Let's see some clapping emojis in the chat for those parents who've created a good human. It's difficult. It's difficult to make good humans. It's difficult. John Thomas is here for $5. Hello, John. Says, Nina, did you cover the pet donkey that got scared on a hokey and but was found years later as part of an elk herd? Yes, I did. We covered that last week. What a cool story that was. You guys remember that? That was a really fun story. Thanks for bringing it up, though. Yeah, I love that story. That was wild. I saw the video. It was great. 200 Watt Studios, thank you for the $2. Says that kid's gonna get love from the ladies now. Oh yeah, that's definitely true. He's not gonna have any problems finding a prom date. I can tell you that. That's very, very cool. I don't know why this cracked me up. I love how like people try to be negative in this chat, but it makes me laugh all the time because you gotta have dark humor as well. You know, this is funny. That's funny. That's good. Good job, Skull Leader. That's funny. I love dark humor. Dark humor is really, really great. Actually, we've got a dark humor story that I cannot wait to get into, but we're gonna get into it in a minute. Like this would have been a good transition into that story, but I still have one more really good human story, rescue story to cover before we move to that story. But hang on for that because I got a really good dark humor story, real, true story. It was great. I'm building this up, but honestly, it was the funniest thing I've read all week. And I cannot wait to share it with you guys, but that's still coming up. Don't go away. Don't go away. Okay, next story. This is great, right? You're on a roll. This is fun. So many good things happening. This is decided to release the Kraken. This is a really cool story. Another good human story. Also, another police officer's story, because you guys know the police don't usually get a good rep, especially in the media. You always hear bad things about police officers, but sometimes they do really good things and they rescue people and they do really hard work. And it's kind of crazy what they go through. And sometimes we get these kind of stories, and I like covering those because they remind us that they're not all bad. They're human beings too, and they do a lot of crazy work. And that is stories like this here, heart-stopping moment where the hero officer runs into a burning home to save trapped resident in a wheelchair. A New Jersey police officer has been recognized for his heroic actions after bravely rescuing a resident from a burning home during a dramatic fire incident in Evesham Township, newly in New Jersey. This is New Jersey. Newly released body-worn camera footage shows the officer saving the man's life. Here is the picture of the officer himself. Thank God he was there. Here we go. We're going to watch the body cam footage. So I'm going to warn you guys, for those of you who are a little bit maybe squeamish or whatever, he is running in and it is a little bit harrowing. So if you're, if you can't handle that, be fair warning, especially at the beginning. It's like he's running. So it's kind of like Blair Witch style, might get dizzy. You have been warned. Here we go. We're playing the video starting now.
There's a fire going on inside. Thanks, man. I got smoking conditions. Smoky conditions,
people.
Hey, you all right? You all right? It's fully engulfed. All right, get out. Sir, where are you
Trying to get her out.
I can't see anything.
Ooh, that's tough. Smoke burns your eyes.
Hold on. Central 3 is trapped. I can't get in there. The smoke's too bad.
That's rough.
Okay. Where you at? Right here. Right here. I can't walk. Move. Get out. Come on. Move. Go.
Oh my God. That lady's trying to help, but she's not helping.
Get out of the way.
Ooh.
Where you at, sir?
Rescuing him. He did it. Yay. You did it, bro. Good job. He rescued him. Amazing. So everyone's okay. He saved the guy's life. So, excuse me, Scott Friedman, deputy fire chief and fire marshal for the township. That man is very lucky that Kevin was there and was able to do to make the right decisions. I gotta make I gotta make that important, guys. If you're ever in a situation like that, the first thing to remember, number one is don't panic. Don't panic. Try your best not to panic, because panicking leads to all sorts of bad stuff. Number two, if there are first responders on the scene, like police officers, do not get in their way. Even if you think you're trying to help, sometimes you're doing the opposite. Like that lady was trying to help by bringing like the wheelchair there, and that guy had to like pull out the wheelchair and then go back for the other chair. Sometimes you're not helping. Like just stay out the way and let the professionals do what they have to do. If you're the only one there, that's different, because then you have to do what you have to do. But when there's first responders there, I'm telling you, just try and stay out of the way. I know it's difficult to do when you're in the moment, but that's what you got to do. You got to not panic, and you got to let people do their jobs. That woman, she was trying to help, but that guy kept being like, get out of the way, because he's trying to like literally save that guy's life. And she kept getting in the way. And I feel bad for her because she's trying to help, but sometimes you can't help. Sometimes you just got to stand there, and that's help. So there we go. That's my preaching for the day. I'm going to stop preaching it, Hopefully you guys will never have to be in that position. Spike and Man for $2 says, I never learn. I'm at it again. Oh my God. I just got it. I was like, what is he talking about? And then I saw the little icon. He's eating pizza now. It's not even just cheese. It's like cheese pizza. Oh my God. Thank you, Spike. And then 201 Studios for $5 says he didn't tell his parents because he'd been skipping school at the beach. No, he was on a field trip, bro. He's a good boy. He was on a field trip. Quit trying to change the story, Spike. What are you, CNN? Oops, I mean, ugh. That was not good. Rocket's a bad raccoon. Oh, he's the best boy. I stepped up my game. You guys are great. Wow, Salty. That's kind of crazy. I was just reading Salty, 8 Salty Sands comment about it gets crazy sometimes. And ooh, that's wild. But also yes to this. That's why I like covering those stories, because you don't really see what they see and the kind of things they go through. It's kind of crazy when you really think about it. Trash Pandas for life. It's the next Will Smith movie. I would watch that. You think I'm joking? I would 100% watch that movie. That sounds amazing. John Thomas for $5 says, I think we can all agree that Haktua Girl is the bestest good human. I have no comment to that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Thirsty, John Thomas. Thirsty. My goodness. My goodness. I love you guys. Okay. Next story. And this one is really sweet. Shields up, as Darren says. Shields up, everybody. This one's a sweet one. Short and sweet. It says, boy breaks down in tears after giving his money to a homeless man. First, we're going to watch this, and then we'll read the rest.
Oh, yes, sir. Don't cry. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? He gonna be okay tonight. Just pray for him.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. And the story is that a young boy recently moved hearts everywhere by giving some of his hard-earned money to a homeless man battling cancer. The boy's mother, deeply moved by her son's generosity, shared a video of the poignant moment on social media. My oldest baby is such a gentle soul, she wrote in the caption. He earned $70 and asked to give it to give the homeless man with cancer $20. As a mom, it made me feel good knowing that I'm raising a kind-hearted son. It should make you feel good. That little boy was like really empathic. That was really beautiful. In the video, the boy can be seen handing over the money, his eyes welling up with tears as he connects with the man's plight. It was really something to see. The simple yet profound act of kindness serves as a powerful reminder of the empathy and generosity that children are capable of. It also underscores the importance of nurturing these values from a young age, which is very, very true. So good for that mom, raising a good boy, raising a good man, somebody who can, walk a mile in another person's shoes. That's rare in this world. That's really rare. So it's good to see. It's good to see. 200 Watt Studios. Thank you for the $5. Says, I heard Make-A-Wish hired the Haktua girl for visitations. That's inappropriate, isn't it? For kids? Yikes, bro. Ooh. I don't know what to say. I am left without speech. I'm still without speech. My goodness. Okay. Next story. We're just gonna like glaze right over that. just gonna pretend that didn't happen. 200 Watt Studios. Totally threw me off. Oh my God. Speak through the memes. I mean, sometimes you gotta. Okay. Next story. It's also really very sweet. We're not going to watch the whole video of this one, but it's very sweet. Delivery driver leaves note in customer's order. Now the internet is paying for his wedding. In a heartwarming turn of events, an Uber Eats driver's simple gesture has led to an outpouring of generosity from people all over the world. This is the dude right here. His name is Paul Slobodzian. Paul Slobodzian, who drives for Uber Eats as a side hustle in Phoenix, Arizona, recently delivered a Chipotle order to Erica Hernandez. Along with her food, Hernandez found a handwritten note from Slobodzian encouraging her to tip to help fund his upcoming wedding to his fiance. Oh, there's the note. Says, thank you for your order. I'm driving for love on the side to give my fiance the wedding she deserves. Any additional tip through the app or Venmo is greatly appreciated. And there's the Venmo info here. So she made a TikTok about this and it went viral. It went viral. And people from across the globe began donating to Paul and Allie's wedding fund, moved by the couple's story and Paul's dedication. The overwhelming response has provided them with more than enough to cover their wedding expenses, allowing Paul to stop his extra delivery shifts. My phone hasn't stopped since Friday afternoon. He said, "This is the video. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll watch a little bit of it."
And
where
I
he's
am the
thanking
food
everybody.
delivery driver who left the little thank you note on the Chipotle order on the TikTok that has surprisingly gone super viral. And first, I want to say I've seen a lot of people asking for an update, and I am in no way trying to ignore anybody. And Allie, my fiance, we've been overwhelmed.
He's just
in
overwhelmed.
the best way possible, trying to figure out how to respond to people and show how much this means to us. So to start, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has watched that video, who has liked the video, left a comment, shared it, anything you have done.
That's amazing.
To
He's
engage
so
with that
overwhelmed.
video. It truly means a lot. The outpouring of support. That
In this thing, he basically goes on to thank everybody, and he talks about, how Allie, his fiance, was also delivering for Uber Eats so that they can raise the money for their wedding. And it was really sweet. It was really sweet. And now they can. Now it's done. So I hope they have a beautiful wedding and a very happy life together. It was beautiful. I love seeing stories like that. So thank you. And thank you, Thunder Buckets Comics and Gaming. Thank you so much for the $50. That is so generous. Says Turtle Love gets me every time. Dude, apparently I need to play the Turtle Love clip more often. Here you go. I think the combination is better. Because they court each other. They're like, hi, let's make love. Let's get it on. Oh, no. Oh, no. This stream turned PG-13 really fast. Oh, no. Thank you so much, Thunder Buckets Comics and Gaming. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. 201 Studios for $2 says, I'm sorry, it seemed funny at the time. 201 Studios. I forgive you. It's okay. Thank you. David Morris is here. Hi, David. Hi. Thanks for being a member for 16 months. You're awesome. Thanks, bud. Turtle Power. Wait. Turtle Powie? Turtle Powie. I know that's probably a spelling mistakes, but spelling mistakes can be fun sometimes. Turtle Powie. I like it. I like it. Thank you so much. You guys are great. I love you guys. All right. Next story. Next story is really funny. This is funny. Okay, this is funny. Here we go. Sisters capture hilarious moment. Parents realize they left their eldest daughter behind. This cracked me up. So we're going to watch it. We'll read this after, but here's the video first.
Yes. They made you come home. Did y'all see? And then, literally, they have needle marks. 16-year-olds. Oh my gosh! I forgot what. Yeah, I told her.
Those sisters. Oh my god, it's amazing. Did you guys see the mom? Oh my god, we forgot Lindsay. That poor girl. So in a scene straight out of a comedy movie, a pair of sisters captured the hilarious moment that their parents realized they had left their eldest daughter behind at a McDonald's. The younger siblings, seated in the back seat, were giggling uncontrollably as they filmed the unfolding drama. Finally, after several minutes, the mother glanced back, noticing the empty seat where their eldest daughter should have been. Oh my gosh, we forgot Lindsay, the mom exclaimed. The parents' reaction caused the sisters to laugh even harder, and soon the parents joined the laughter. The fact that the sisters knew and just let it happen is gold. Such a sister thing to do. One commenter wrote, and from now until eternity, you will hear, like the time you forgot me at McDonald's. Another commenter wrote. That's amazing. That was so funny. Let's watch it one more time because it was too funny.
They made you come home.
Did y'all see? And there, literally, they have
16-year-old.
Oh my gosh, we forgot Lindsay.
We forgot Lindsay.
I told her.
Get out. Oh my god, that is so mean but so funny at the same time.
She went to the bathroom. I forgot.
Oh man, I don't have any siblings, but I can imagine it would be that's funny. I can imagine having fun like that with my siblings if I did have any. God, that was so funny. God, one of those sisters laughs just like my sister does. Has your sister ever made fun of your parents leaving you behind, Charlene? Have your sisters done that kind of stuff to you? Sisters can be great. You know how brothers can be great? Sisters can also be great. Oh. It's funny. Cliff says over on Rumble, I would totally be silent if my mom left my sister at a McDonald's. You would just let it happen. You just let it happen. It's just like, I don't know. Whatever. That's great. Here is the next story, which is also very funny. I mean, honestly, if I was into golf, I'd want to do this. This looks really funny. Here we go. A llama can caddy for your next golf round in North Carolina. This is an amazing feature. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. A North Carolina Sherwood Golf Club, golfers can enjoy a one-of-a-kind experience that even the PGA Tour can't provide. Llama caddies. I mean, look at this thing. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. David Morris, thank you. Says, take my money. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Look at this llama. Thank you, David. Yes, you read that right. These gentle and sturdy animals trained by Mark English accompany golfers around the course. You know what? There's video. Let's watch it. This is great. Look at the llamas. Llama caddies. I hope they put this in the new Happy Gilmore movie. Here we go.
Well, at Sherwood Forest Golf Club, you will get, no doubt, a one-of-a-kind golf experience, and it has nothing to do with the course itself.
That is because, get this, they offer llama caddies.
Sign me up.
The Wake Up Charlotte Hannah Walker takes you up close and personal in 60 seconds.
Sherwood Forest Golf Club in Brevard has something the PGA Tour just can't offer. They've got llamas.
llamas. Llama caddies. They carry your clubs, they read putts, and they give you a golf experience like you can't get anywhere else.
This is Lightning. Next we have Rockstar. This is You the Man.
This is not your average golf team. These guys are caddies at Sherwood Forest Golf Club.
As a little kid, I caddied on the golf course, and I dreamed about having llamas be the caddies because I like reading the putts and I like helping with the clubs, but I didn't like carrying the heavy golf clubs.
Mark English is the llama wrangler, and it has been since 2009. For $50, these guys will carry your clubs and snacks, read putts, and recommend
$50?
clubs.
That's not bad.
Sort of. You're supposed to tell me what to hit and not to hit, and now you're just eating grass. This is not what I'm paying you for. They definitely turn heads.
You get a lot of road traffic through here. We call it the llama-razzi.
But more importantly, they get people walking the course. I'd say this is about a 3-foot putt. Glad we're on the same page.
They bring fun to people is what I like.
Ending each round with a llama run.
That looks so funny. Oh my God. Oh, that was good. That was a good story. 201 Studios, $5 says we need a llama caddies for golf match for of Biden and Trump. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Just seeing llama caddies is the best thing I've ever seen. That's amazing. I would want to see that. Hey Tommy, what's up? Says I want a llama now. I do too. Doing What Studios call it the first llama. That would be so fun. Oh my God, that would be so fun. Okay. We have now arrived to the funniest story I've read probably all year. I mean, okay, this is dark comedy, guys, okay? And life is sometimes very dark, but also comedic. And this is a true story. So I want you guys to understand that through the most bizarre circumstances and sometimes really sad ones, good things can come of those things. So keep that in mind when we read this story together, because this one's a doozy. This one's a doozy. Here we go. I'm going to read this one. Roller coaster of emotions. Man visiting graveyard has a crazy happy ending. This is not the kind of happy ending you're thinking of, Shane G and 200 Watt Studios. Just hang on. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. All right, here we go. Graveyards are often seen as a solemn and quiet place, but they can also be a setting for the most unexpected and unplanned events. The series of tweets from a husband/father takes you on a wild journey, a true roller coaster of emotions. This guy right here, this is his thread. It says, 1, my dad died. Classic start to a funny story. He was buried in a small village in Sussex. I was really close to my dad, so I visited his grave a lot. I still do. Don't worry, it gets funnier. I always took flowers, and my mom visited a lot, and she always took flowers. And my grandparents were still alive then, and they always took flowers. My dad's grave frequently resembled a solid third place at the Chelsea Flower Show. Nice, but I felt bad for the guy buried next to my dad. He never had flowers. Died on Christmas Day at age 37. No one left him flowers. And now there's a pop-up florist in the grave next door. So I started buying him flowers. I started buying flowers for a deceased man I'd never met. Oh, that sounds really nice. What a nice thing to do, right? It's really empathetic. Like that's so sweet that he did that. It's so sweet. I did this for quite some time, but I never mentioned it to anyone. It was a little private joke with myself. I was making the world a better place, one bunch of flowers at a time. I know it sounds weird, but I came to think of him as a friend. Aww. That's so sweet, you guys. Isn't that sweet? I wondered if there was a hidden connection between us, something secretly drawing me to him. Maybe we went to the same school, played for the same football club, or whatever. So I Googled his name, and 10 seconds later, I found him. Get ready, guys. This is gonna get it's gonna get real interesting. It's gonna get real interesting. His wife didn't leave him flowers because he murdered her on Christmas Day. After he murdered his wife, he murdered her parents too. And after that, he jumped in front of the only train going through Balcombe Tunnel that Christmas night. My God, that escalated quickly. That, like, oh my God, that's insane. Like, whoa, you never know what's coming next. That was why no one ever left him flowers. No one except me, of course. I left him flowers. I left him flowers every couple of weeks for 2.5 years. That's a long time to leave a murderer flowers. That's crazy, right? I felt terrible for his wife and parents. Now I wasn't going to leave them flowers every couple of weeks for 2.5 years, but I did feel like I owed them some sort of apology. You know? Yeah, you kind of did. You kind of did. I found out where they were buried, bought flowers, and drove to the cemetery. As I was standing at their grave mumbling apologies, a woman appeared behind me. She wanted to know who I was and why I was leaving flowers for her aunt and grandparents. Awkward. Yeah, you could say that again. Holy cow, that is awkward. Ugh. I explained and she said, okay, that's weird, but quite sweet. I said, thanks. Yes, it's a bit weird and oh God, I asked her out for a drink. Incredibly, she said yes. 2 years later, she said yes again when I asked her to marry me, because that is how I met my wife. And there you go. And that is why this is an infinite hope story, because you never know from what craziness your life will take a turn. And sometimes through the darkest time, a light can be found. So I saw people asking, how is this a good news story? Well, now you can see why it was a good news story. It was good, right? It was good. It was a good story. I thought it was great. People like saying, wow, literal plot twist. Yep. It was great. That was the happy ending. See, that was the happy ending. Right? People are like, what? Crazy, right? What a crazy story. I love that story. That was awesome. Jordan Watt Studio says, I'm sorry, but I don't like dark humor. You know what? Usually neither do I, but dark humor is part of life. You know, they say also, like, you know, God has a sense of humor. So sometimes funny things happen like that. Some things are really weird. At least he doesn't worry about having to meet the parents. You're terrible. Oh no. Wait, it wasn't her parents. It was that was her aunt. That was her aunt. Anyways, I thought it was funny. But it's okay. We'll balance it out with this next video, which is very sweet. It's a little. It's a video of a teacher teaching little kids something good, which you don't usually see out there. We see a lot of bad teachers recently, especially. So I wanted to end the show with this beautiful little message that this teacher has gone viral for. Teacher demonstrates the power of words using toothpaste. In a compelling lesson about the impact of words, Miss Natalie Ringgold, a fourth grade teacher in Minnesota, used a tube of toothpaste to share the importance of message with her students. We're going to watch the video. Here we go.
If somebody can't change something about themselves in 30 seconds or less, then you shouldn't be mentioning it to them. If you say, hey, your shoe's untied, or hey, you have a little fuzzy on your shirt there, or if you say, hey, your pants are unzipped, I wanted to tell you privately because I didn't want you to feel embarrassed, but it happens to all of us. If you tell someone something like that, they can change those things in 30 seconds or less. But if you comment on someone's hair color or hair texture or hairstyle or body, they cannot change that in 30 seconds or less about themselves. Your words have power. If you say something that someone can't change in 30 seconds or less, you say those things. Try to fix it. You try to apologize. You try to take the words back. Take it back, take it back, take it back. And you try to undo what you said, undo what you did. But it's something they couldn't change about themselves. And so it's very messy. You can't totally take those words back. You can't totally fix it. Your words have power and your words matter. If you walk out of this room spreading kindness to the people around you, spreading love to the people around you, that is what truly makes a difference.
Very good, teacher. Very good message. That was, she was leaving that for the last day of school because she says, I reminded my students that we did this lesson on the last day of school because I wanted them to remember this concept for the rest of their lives. So that was a really good message. And I thought we'd close the show out with that. It was a lovely one. And 200 Watt Studios with another $5. Thank you so much. Says, I think he got possessed by the deceased guy. And now he's gonna finish the job. And you say you don't like dark humor. That's pretty dark. Maybe. You never know. You never know. Skull Leader says that was a horrible message. You don't like kindness? You don't like kindness? Oh well. Oh well. That's all right. But thank you guys so much for being here today and hanging out with me for another episode of Infinite Hope. That is the show for the day. I hope you enjoyed it and wanted to give you guys a special thank you to those of you who super chatted, became a member, gifted memberships, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for supporting the channel in the way that you do. It makes this possible to do for me to do the show. So thank you again. And so as always, have infinite hope. Make sure you practice empathy, practice kindness, try and have a good weekend. Good things are happening all the time, all around you. Try and see if you can spot something good and practice kindness and all that good stuff. And again, happy Canada Day to those of you who celebrate that, Canadians, on the 1st, and happy July 4th to the Americans, because I won't see you guys until, well, at least the Infinite Hope people. I won't see you guys until the Friday, which is after July 4th. So if you guys, I hope you guys have a really happy and safe holidays for this week. And thank you again. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.